running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Running back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. About the act and run it back. You see how
it's with.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Myrick. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 and a first down. They run the counter. Myrick. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll try the air now with Watson. Steps away. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guy couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Myrick, he had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Hodgins in motion. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Giants will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half, backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, 37 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nakobe Dean able to record his 5th sack of the season. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Myrick. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side.
There he goes, right side. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and marking at the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Nakobe Dean, his 2nd sack of the night. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Watson. Caught along the left side by Hyatt. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A 22-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because They wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. Now this throw caught left side. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
And you'll find some version of this play in just about every playbook in the NFL. It's an X-post cross. So on play action, you let the X receiver get downfield and start working right to left across the formation. What a beautiful throw. And it all comes together for big yardage.
Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Giants are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You get a few tails out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Faking the give. Now Watson. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Hassan Reddick in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Here's Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's a tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well in the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They go play action with Hurts. Again, that's Watkins. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Hurts to throw. Blitz coming and down he goes. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point, past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
2nd and 10. Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, 78 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
To throw on second is Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jalen Hyatt his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Jalen Hyatt with a touchdown catch to end the drive. Cooper on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On first down, Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Philly. 66 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how...
There he goes, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Watson's throw complete to Otten. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game.
Touchdown, Giants! Jalen Hyatt with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Giants are back within a score. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And able to get this out to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Watkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Hurts sets up to throw it. To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Touchdown! Devontae Smith halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.